What's good, y'all? It's your boy Young Rome, and I'm back with another video. Today is 1 week without alcohol, day 7. If you haven't, like, subscribe. I'm about to get straight off into the video. Alright, bet. So, look, this wasn't just a week. This was 7 days, 7 nights, 7 mornings. I'm waking up with no alcohol inside my system. Alright, so let me be honest with you. This wasn't just 7 days. It was 7 days without numbing, 7 days without hiding, 7 days without the one thing I leaned on when I didn't want to feel what I was feeling. Because alcohol wasn't just ruining my life in obvious ways. It was slowly softening me, making me less sharp, making me less disciplined, less present. And when something weakens you quietly, that's the most type of damage. Because honestly, I didn't feel like I was drowning. I honestly just felt slightly off. And slightly off for years can change your entire future. So this week, it forced me to look at myself without any filters. No buzz, no warmth, no artificial calm feeling. Just me, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. Alright, bet, let's talk about the mental health withdrawals. So for real, the first few days weren't heroic, they were chaotic inside my head. So when people think of withdrawal, they think of shaking and sweating. But for a lot of us, it's really mental. It's your brain screaming, the comfort disappeared. Where's the comfort? Where's the usual routine? So I had to keep it real with myself. I would be sitting here normally, completely fine, and then the thought out of nowhere would pop up. You deserve a drink. It's not like it felt chaotic, like I really needed to go do it. It just felt casual, logical. That's what sometimes makes it dangerous. So alcohol doesn't yell, it negotiates. It whispers. It justifies. It makes you feel smart for even just giving it in. And honestly, I started realizing something deeper. It wasn't just the alcohol I was craving. It was the relief from stress, the relief from responsibility, relief from thinking too much. So alcohol became my shortcut and a way to shutting off. And when you remove the shortcut, you have to walk a long road. What's the road we're walking down? The road we're walking down is called self-control. Also, the road that we're walking down is called emotional regulation. So this road is called self-discipline. This road is called grinding and doing it when you don't want to do it, even if it takes just one more day. And you know, discipline feels heavy when you haven't practiced it constantly. But I stayed, even when my mind tried to convince me that I didn't have to. That was growth. So for real, the part that nobody prepares you for is when you stop drinking, you start feeling fully again. I mean, completely fully. I felt sadness deeper. I felt guilt stronger, memories clearer. And you know, the moments that I brushed off before suddenly felt heavier. Conversations that I avoided started replaying in my mind, thinking things that I thought were small started to feel significant. So what alcohol does, it dulls emotions instantly, intensely. So when it's gone, life becomes sharper, and that sharpness cuts at it first. It cuts first. Bro, so there was nights that I sat quietly, no TV, no scrolling, no distractions, just thoughts. And you know, sometimes those thoughts weren't comfortable, but here's what I realized. If I can sit with my emotions sober, that means I'm not weak. That means I don't need to listen to a substance to process life. That means I'm stronger than I thought. It's easier to pour out a drink than it is to comfort yourself. And this week, week 1, I choose comfort. And that's real. That's courage. So let's all remember that your body's keeping score. So even when you pretend everything is fine, by day 4, I started noticing little tiny changes. So my face started looking less inflamed. My eyes started looking clearer. My stomach's not as irritated. My sleep is changing. It's deeper, but way more vivid dreams. What they say is that's your nervous system recalibrating. So what alcohol does is it messes with your dopamine. It hijacks your reward system. When you remove it, your brain has to relearn how to give dopamine naturally. But that's not a weakness, it's just neuroscience. So for years, or even 2, 3 years, my body was literally relying on something that it didn't need to depend on. So when you stop, your body instantly starts to heal. The body wants balance, the body wants clarity, it wants stability. But when you have to stop feeding it toxins long enough for it to remember how to function normally. So for real, that's what this week was all about. Letting my body remember itself. So this week made me ask one question. The question was, who am I without alcohol? Not socially, not publicly, internally. Like, why was I using alcohol? Was I using alcohol to be more confident? Was I using alcohol to avoid anything I was feeling inside? Was I using it to feel inadequate sometimes? Or to avoid feeling inadequate? And if you ask yourself that question and it's true, then that means you weren't operating at your full self. And that part really kind of hits hard because it means part of my personality was chemically influenced. And now I get to rebuild myself from the baseline with real confidence, real clarity, and real peace, not liquid courage. Actual self-belief, and that takes time, but it's more stable. And don't we all want stable? So here's what changed me the most this week. I proved myself something. I said I would stop, and I did. And I know it sounds small, but small starts lead to new beginnings. And honestly, keeping that promise to yourself builds something more than motivation, deeper than motivation. It builds trust. It builds self-trust, not self-doubt. And once you fully trust yourself, your confidence rises naturally. Not loud confidence, quiet confidence. The quiet confidence that doesn't need validation. The kind that doesn't need escape or discomfort. The kind that knows I can handle life sober, and that's really powerful. But let's not sugarcoat anything. Alcohol has destroyed millions of lives. Not because people are evil, but because habits escalate. Because just one more drink turns into patterns. And I'm not judging anyone's, but patterns become outcomes. I'm not a supervisor or AA advisor. I'm just aware now. Aware that one decision repeated over years can shape your entire future. And I don't want something to shape my future that ruins my clarity. I want strength. I want longevity. I want health. I want discipline. So what 7 days sober taught me was how to ground myself emotionally, how to start getting back on track, my sleep has been good, but at the same time, I've been waking up like 6 hours in because I'm like so ready to go. And then after like day 5, brain fog started going away, start feeling myself, my eyes look a little bit better. Man, still having to be on a low fiber diet, but I've been doing great. I've been doing great for myself. I've been taking care of my mental health, taking care of everything around me, starting to get back to my own self, not letting a substance control me anymore. Alright, so 7 days sober. 7 days sober, I'm not healed. I'm not finished. My immune system is still going through it. But I'm aware of temptation, and I'm present, and I'm building something different. I'm building a future. So if you're on day 1, don't underestimate it. And if you're on day 3, keep pushing through. And if you're on day 30, keep protecting it. So what this week taught me something powerful. You don't have to hit rock bottom to choose life and choose better. You just have to decide you want clarity more than comfort. 1 week sober, and this is only the beginning. 1 week sober, 1 week sober, 1 week sober. So honestly, I was gonna make this a really lit video, but I had to wake up. It's late. I wanted to get this out to y'all. So if you're seeing this, I appreciate you if you even made it this far. It's your boy Young Rome. Make sure you check on your family, check on your mental health, take care of yourself. And I'm going to be here doing this like I said. I ain't going to stop. We ain't going to stop. 1 week sober. We out.